So this week what we're going to talk about are 3 things that are going to ignite your drive, to actually help you explode into action. Because action is power. And your dreams unrealized are really just meaningless air. They're a waste of your time. You know, last week we talked about dreaming like you're a little kid and focusing on what you want more than anything. So my question for you this week is, why do you want that stuff so badly? Because that's really the fuel that's going to drive you to act, that drives us to act, to make our dreams come true. This week is about that drive. So welcome to another edition of Greatness Quest. I'm Trevor Crane, and I help people take their businesses and their lives to the next level. So let's get right to it. The first thing that you need to do to ignite your drive is to engage your passion, your purpose, your dream. That's the reason why I talked to you about dreaming last week and dreaming like a little kid. And it's best if you dream about something that's bigger than you. Because let's face it, most people are more willing to do something for someone else than they are for themselves. Now let me give you an example. The Declaration of Independence was actually signed by 54 people who had a vision. They had a passion. In fact, they weren't just willing to act and put their name on a piece of paper, but to give you an example, they had to give up all of their property, all of their wealth. They gave up everything. 14 of them actually gave up their lives. They made the ultimate sacrifice. All because they had a vision, a dream, a drive of something they wanted so badly, that they were so passionate for, that they're willing to give up everything to make it happen. So even if you didn't dream last week the way that you really wanted to dream, that's okay. The truth is, you know, when I did the same exercise I asked you guys to do, you know, a lot of limiting beliefs came up for me. Just pick something that's better than what you already have. Don't be perfect, just pick. Now, the second and third thing that you're going to need to ignite your drive, to ignite your personal power, and to get you to take action now is pain and pleasure. But you got to associate to it, because it's so easy to use softeners and say, hey, everything's fine, or I've at least got it better than the next guy. So for me, and this is a challenge because I always see things as being really awesome in my life, I've really got to challenge myself to associate to the truth and not use those softeners. My biggest pain is not living up to my potential. To me, it's like death. And I think it's all because of my little girl. Like, for real, if something were to happen to me, and for some reason I didn't leave behind a legacy of me living out my dreams, you know, potentially leaving her, like, believing that she couldn't make her dreams come true, I mean, to me, that's like ultimate death. And I am definitely not proud to say this, is that me not living up to my potential, me not taking action, has cost lives. Now I'm about to share with you something that scares me to death to share with you. It's a picture of me and my dog. This is my dog Isis, who is the smartest dog in the world. And for 2 years in a row, I had a goal to teach her about traffic. And I didn't do anything. And no, that's not exactly right. I wrote it down, right? I put it on my goals. But I did nothing about it. And she was killed by a car right outside my house. You know, and she didn't even die in my arms. I had to carry her dead body to my backyard and bury her. Now, you might say that that's not my fault, but the truth was, I could have stopped it from happening. I could have put up an instant fence that maybe cost me $200 and saved my best friend's life, you know, who taught me about unconditional love. You know, if you've ever had a pet, a really great pet in your life, you know what I mean. And I could have used a leash. I could have trained her. But the truth is, I didn't act, you know. Then several years later, I had a friend of mine who committed suicide. Now, I know that that really wasn't my fault. But the truth is, I'd been working with Tony Robbins for years, and year after year, I would go to his program where he would do an intervention with someone who was suicidal. That was actually my first intervention with anyone, was helping them get over that desire to commit suicide and to live a powerful life. At the time, I was not living out my dreams. I was just playing it safe. I wasn't walking in my greatness. I wasn't living up to my potential. That when I fail to act, the truth is, I hurt people. Now, I know that it's not my fault, but when I also know that I have the power to make a difference and I fail to do so, to me it's the same thing as seeing my friends, my family, the people I love who are suffering, who are drowning, and I do nothing. That I just go to sleep, watch a movie, go to the couch. I walk inside and do nothing, and I can't live with that. That's me hurting people that I could have helped, but I wouldn't get off my butt to actually do anything about it. And time is short. It's scarce. We only get one life, and we're not the Wolverine. I just saw that movie the other night, and the guy lives forever. And as much as I like to think that I'm invincible and I'll live forever, it's not true. So you got to get up, go out, and make it happen. So that's pain. Now let's go on to that happier side. Now the third thing that you can do to ignite your drive, to go ahead and get up and take action immediately, is to have this thing called pleasure, like a compelling future that pulls you towards the direction of your dreams. To me, the ultimate pleasure is me actually living out my purpose. The idea of making my dreams come true, about experiencing that reality, about helping as many people as I can. What brings me pleasure and what I'm most passionate about in my life is living my life without limits. When I can help someone ignite their passion, it ignites my passion. About showing my daughter that she really can be, do, have, and give anything she wants in this world. That's what brings me pleasure. It's the opposite of my pain. So here's the deal. It's simple to find your drive. It's simple to find your why. It's about using your passion, your pain, and pleasure and using them as tools, as resources, focusing on them and associating to the feeling, not using softeners. And then you can act and create the results you want now instead of procrastinating. And then these things will never happen. I'm challenging you to go out on your own greatness quest and become your best. And remember, as long as you're alive, you have the power to rise. So if you can look up, you can get up. So eyes up, chest up, step up, and go out and take your life to the next level. And I'll see you next week. Can't wait. The idea is to get you to take action now, to create the results you want in your life now in 2014 instead of waiting. Les Brown said, you might as well shoot for the moon because if you miss, at least you'll land amongst the stars.